السلام عليكم، ازيكم يا ولاد؟ اخباركم ايه؟
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله تمام. الحمد لله. هنكمل النهارده الجرافس ان شاء الله. اوكي، احنا خلصنا كده الستريت لاين جراف وخلصنا السيملتينيوس جرافس. هنخش على الكوادراتكس. تمام. الكوادراتكس الكوادراتكس دي هي عباره عن اكسبريشن من 3 terms. اوكي، اللي هو ax squared plus bx plus c. اوكي. This expression is containing 3 terms, one with x to the power of 2, one with x to the power of 1, and one without x. Okay. The only condition to say about how to call an expression a quadratic is the existence of this one. Okay. So only existence of ax squared is enough to say that this is a quadratic unless there is one x with power more than 2. Okay. تمام. يعني ايه؟ يعني I have several types of quadratics. ax squared is a quadratic. ax squared plus bx is a quadratic. ax squared plus c is a quadratic. ax squared plus bx plus c is a quadratic. So these 4 forms are named a quadratics. All quadratics will be graphed as a parabola. Okay, parabola, this is this shape. Okay, this is parabola. It can be like this, it can be like this. Okay, so this parabola has one condition, this parabola has one condition. When I can say that my quadratic will be this shape, and when I will say that my quadratic will be this shape. Okay, if the quadratic is in the yellow shape, this has a positive, this number before the x squared is positive. Whenever this a is positive, then the shape of this quadratic will be like the yellow shape. Okay, whenever a is negative, okay, so the shape will be upside down like this. Turn it upside down like this. Okay. طيب تعالوا كده نشوف shapes من الشيت بتاعكم. افتحه بس ثانية واحدة. اوكي، طيب نعملها ازاي؟ احنا اتفقنا الاول في الستريت لاين انا محتاج ايه؟ I need 2 points only to draw the straight line as we agreed last time. Okay, for the quadratics I need several points. Okay, several points. Like مثلا if I want to graph y equals 3x squared. In this case I need to make a table of xy values. Okay, not only 2, يعني 3 to 5 يعني 5 is okay also. Okay, if x and y, I will tell that this is 0, this is -1, this is -2, this is 1, and this is 2, and this is I don't need. Okay, so now I have to substitute x with these values and get the corresponding y, and this will be the points of the graph. So if I substitute x equals -2, so it will be 3 times -2 squared means 3 times 4 means 12, so this is 12. Okay, if I substitute 3 times 2 squared, which is x equals 2, it will be also equals to 12, because 3 times 4 also equals 12. Okay, if I substitute x equals -1, so 3 times -1 squared, which is equals to 3 times 1, which is equals to 3, so this is 3. If I put 1 x equals 1, so 3 times 1 squared, which is 3 times 1, which is also 3. If I put x equals 0, so 3 times 0 squared means 3 times 0 equals 0. So this is the points that I need to draw my graph. So my graph will be like this. This is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. So I have to plot the points 0 and 0. So 0 and 0 is here. Okay. 1 and 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. So 3 is here. Negative 1 and 3. So it will be here also. Okay. Then negative 2, 12. Okay, the graph will be a little bit. I will make this 1, 2 like this, 3. Okay. And this will be 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Okay, so 1 with 3 is here, negative 1 with 3 is here, 2 and 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is here, and it is here also for negative. So if I want to draw it now, I'll draw like this. So this is a graph for 3x squared. Y equals 3x squared. It has to be like this. 3 is positive, so the graph is this way. Okay. ماشي يا ولاد؟ يبقى ايه طبعا ايه، انا معلش عشان البنسل بيتزحلق بس من على الايباد، فعشان كده مش ايه، drawing is not accurate 100%, but it is like this. Okay. طيب. Some of your one question you have like this, number 2, y equals x squared minus 2. This is a quadratic y because I have ax squared. A is 1 here because there is no coefficient mentioned, means the coefficient is 1. And there is one table like this on your sheet. Okay, or let us do it from here directly. I have it here instead of a. Now complete this table of the values y equals x squared minus 2. So here I will put x squared. Okay, if I substitute negative 3 squared means 9, negative 2 squared 4, negative 1 squared 1, 0 squared 0, 1 squared 1, 2 squared 4, 3 squared 9. Okay, I will subtract 2 from this value to get the y, which is x squared minus 2. So this will be 7, this will be 2, negative 1, negative 2, 1 minus 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 4 minus 2 is 2, okay, 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, so now what happened? This x is 9, 4, see, this was symmetrical, okay, from here and from there, and 9 in between, 0 in between. It was completely symmetrical. Here also it is symmetrical, here and there, and negative 2 in between. So what you have been, what you can notice from this, I can notice from this that if y equals x squared and here y equals x squared minus 2, the results here is shifted by negative 2. Means, if I want draw a label x squared minus 2, let us draw this. Okay, so when negative 3, it is 7, negative 3 and 7. So here is negative 3 and here is 7. Okay, okay, negative 2 and 2, negative 2 and 2 here. Okay, negative 1 and negative 1, negative 1 and negative 1, which is here. Okay, 0 and negative 2, which is here. Okay, 1 and negative 1, which is here. 2 and negative 2, which is 2, sorry, 2 and 2, which is here. And 3 and 7, which is here. Okay, so if I want to draw, it will be like this. Okay, so this is a drawing. Also, it is parabola, and it's like this because the coefficient of x squared is positive 1. Okay, طيب here nothing, draw and label خلاص. Okay, here draw and label the graph of y equals x squared plus 1. So you have to make the same way, but you have to make it, don't do it like this. Okay, just do it directly, x and y. So if you told x and y, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so y equals x squared plus 1. Negative 2 squared, 4 plus 1, 5. Negative 1 squared, 1 plus 1, 2. 0 squared, 0 plus 1, 1. 1 squared, 1 plus 1, 2. 2 squared, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So this is the table which I'm going to plot and draw. Okay, so negative 2 and 5 here. Okay, negative 1 and 2 here. 0 and 1 here. Okay, 1 and 2 it is here. And 2 and 5 it is here. Okay, if I draw it like this, it would be like that. Okay, if you put negative 3 here, it will give me here 9 plus 1, 10. And if you put 3 here, it will give you also 10. So if you want to draw it till the end, it will be like here. Like here, it will be like that. Okay. Draw the line. Oh, here بقى number 4. Draw the line y equals 6 on the same grade of this one. Y equals 6. Y equals 6 means what? If you have a line which is y equals 6, what is the shape of this line? What is the orientation of this line? Where is mx?
Positive.
Ah yes, not positive only. See, previously we know that y equals mx plus c, صح؟ يعني مثلا y equals 2x plus 5. This will be like this, passing through the point 5, passing through the point 5, and it's positive gradient like this. Okay, but if I told you y equals 5, where is the gradient? Where is x? Means this is y equals 0x plus 5. 0x mean no gradient. So how is the shape of this line? Y equals 0 gradient. What is gradient? Anybody can define the gradient? The gradient is how many, what is the change in y if I have change in x. So what is the change in y if I change x which is equal 0? يعني see, m equals the change of y, صح? As per the change of x. طب if m equals 0, so what? So there is nothing here. y2 minus y1 equals 0 means that all the points have the same y. So all the points have the same y. If I'm telling you y equals 5, this is y equals 5, right? All the points having y means this point have y of 5, this point the y of it is 5, this point is y5, this point is y5, this point is y5. So y equals 5 means a horizontal line passing through 5. Okay? So y equals 5, the horizontal 5 line passing through 5. Why? Because the horizontal line doesn't have gradient. There is no change in y. All the y's are the same. Okay? If you got any point, choose any 2 points, y minus y. Suppose that this is here مثلا 3 and this is here negative 2. What is the coordinate of this point? 3 and 5, right? What's the coordinate of this point? Negative 2 and 5. Okay, these 2 points are on the same line. What's the gradient of this line? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. يعني 0 over 5, which is 0. Okay, so horizontal line means y equals number directly without any x. ماشي يا ولاد؟ طب what about this line? If I have a line like this, vertical line, what is the equation of this line? Can you imagine? Or you know even? Anybody knows, or you need me to tell you? Suppose that this. Yes, sure. This is مثلا 2. So this line, which is a vertical line, this line, the vertical line, this one, the equation of it is x equals 2. Why? Because all the x's here have 2. Okay, and y, I don't care about y, because nothing will change in x if there is in any point. This point is 2 and negative 1. This point is 2 and negative half. This point is 2 and 1. This point is 2 and 3. This point is 2 and 4, and so on. All the points have x equals 2. So this line x equals 2. So now you have to know that horizontal line has equation y equals number. Okay, vertical line has equation x equals number. So whenever you have to draw a line which is x equals 1 or x equals مثلا 5, you have to go on the x-axis at 5 and draw this vertical line. If you want to draw line which is y equals negative 2, so you have to go to the y-axis and negative 2 and draw a horizontal line. So y equals number, horizontal line, x equals number, vertical line. Okay? Is it clear, يا ولاد?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us go here and draw. Now he's asking me for y equals 6. Y equals 6, horizontal line on the y-axis equals 6 here. So I will draw this line. This is y equals 6. Okay? On the same grid. Write down the coordinates of its points of intersection with the parabola. طيب دي هنجيبها كده هتقول ايه تقريبا هي دي. It has to be estimated يعني in this case. So this will be negative 2.4 and this also will be 2.4. So negative 2.4 and 2.4. So write down the coordinates of its points of intersection. يبقى 2.4 and the y is 6 تمام و negative 2.4 and the y is 6. These are the 2 points of intersection, which is this point and this point. Okay? طيب the x coordinates are the solution of the equation x squared equals 6. Use your graph to estimate two solutions to the equation x squared plus 1 equals 4. اوكي انتوا خدتوا الكلام ده في المدرسه يا ولاد ولا ما خدتوش؟
خدناه.
اوكي تمام. اوكي طيب يبقى انا دلوقتي عندي ايه؟ I have now a graph. Suppose that I'm asking you to draw this. Now example, let us see example. Draw y equals x squared plus 2. Okay, so you are drawing this y equals x squared plus 2. It will be like this. Okay, it is like this. Okay, this is y equal the graph of y equals x squared plus 2. If I ask you to solve this x squared plus 2 equals 5, so what you have to do, this is the graph, your graph, and this is another graph. Okay, any graph in the world, any graph in your mathematical syllabus is y equals this, and also this graph is y equals this. Y equals 5 means horizontal line passing by the point 5. So you have to draw this line like this, and this is the solutions. This x and this x are the solution of this equation. Okay, if I told you okay I want x squared plus مثلا ايه 3 sorry plus 2 equal 3. So what you have to do in this case, you have this graph already drawn. I need to draw y equals 3. Okay, so I will go and in the point number 3 I will draw the line y equals 3, and this will be the solutions of this. Okay, طيب suppose that I will make it a little bit tough. Okay, I want you to solve this equation x squared plus 2 equals 2x plus 3. So what you have to do in this case, this is the graph which you already draw, which is this one. Okay, طيب I want to draw this graph. What is this graph? Y equals الكلام ده means y equals 2x plus 3 means a straight line with gradient 2 and point 3. So I will go for point 3, and this is the point where the line will pass through. Okay, suppose that I put x equals 1, so y equals 2 plus 3, which is equals 5. So 1 and 5 are points. So suppose that this 1 and 5. Okay, so what you are going to do, you are going to draw this. Sorry. Suppose that this is 1. Okay. You are going to draw this line. So where is the solution of that one? It will be the intersection of these 2 points, this x and that x. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So algebraically, if I'm telling you solve x squared plus 2 equals 5, you are going to put 5 instead and then do whatever you have to do. Okay. But if I'm asking you graphically to solve this, and you have this graph, so this is y and this is another y, this is equation. You have to draw, to plot on your graph, and the intersection between these two is the solution of that. Okay. Suppose that I want to make your life not easy like this. Suppose that you draw already. Let us do it again. You draw already x squared. Sorry. This is x, this is y, and this is x squared plus 2. Or x squared plus anything. Okay. This is x. Sorry. This is x squared plus 1. Okay. Y equals. And I asked you to solve, using the graph, I asked you to solve this x squared plus, sorry, x squared minus 5 equals 0. So what you have to do in this case? You cannot do anything, right? Because you need x squared plus 1. The graph, your graph, you need your graph. There is nothing here. It's not your graph. So what you have to do? You have to turn this into that. How? You will tell that x squared minus 5 is plus 1 minus, sorry, is plus 1 minus 6, right? Right? This will give you minus 5.
Yes.
Equals 0. Then shift this negative 6 to the other side, so x squared plus 1 equals 5. So now you can solve it, because this is your graph, and you can draw y equals 5, which is here, مثلا, for instance, يعني. So this is your solutions. So this is the toughest thing that you can meet in your exam if he's going to that level. Okay, that he will tell you to draw one graph, and he's asking you using the graph to solve solve an equation which is your graph is not there. So what you have to do, you have to by force, you have to introduce your graph here and take whatever rest or balance to that side. So you got another one. Suppose that x plus 1, this one still this is your graph, and I'm asking you to solve this problem. Solve this equation using your graph x squared تمام minus 2x plus 5 equals 0. I want you to solve this using your graph. So you told me that I told you that you have to introduce x squared plus 1 here by force. So x squared you have, and where is the 1? You can get it from this 5, right? So you can tell x squared plus 1 minus 2x, and you took this one from 5, so only 4 is remaining, equals 0. صح? So what else? You have to shift this to that side. So x squared plus 1 equals 2x minus 4. So this is your graph. This is a straight line which you have to draw, which will be like this in this case. Okay, and then the solutions is this x and that x. This is you can say the next complication of the questions, which is not mentioned in your sheet, but I'm telling you just to know how to manipulate your equation to solve it using a graph which you have already. Okay? Anybody has a confusion in this, أولاد? Arsani, Hamad, Layla, Muhammad, the two Yasins.
Understand.
Okay. I understand, sir.
Okay. ماشي. Okay, let's go back to our sheet. So use your graph to estimate two solutions of the equation x squared plus 1 equals 4. So now it's the same. Still, this is my graph already. خلاص, I want to draw this one, which is y equals 4. Y equals 4, it will be here. So you go to this x and you have to this x. This is the solution of your equation x squared plus 1 equals 4. طيب. use algebra to solve the equation x squared plus 1 equals 4. Give your answer to one decimal place. خلاص. This is algebraically. He is not telling now. What you will get? You will get a solution which is almost equal to whatever you got from the graphs. طب why it is not equal? Why it is almost equal? Because if you are sketching a graph, there is accuracy. يعني Yasin will draw a graph, Muhammad will draw a graph, Layla will draw a graph, Arsani will draw a graph, Hamad will draw a graph. All of these graphs are not typical because you are not using a ruler to draw a line. This is a graph, so somebody will make it like this, somebody will make it, somebody will draw this, some other body will draw like this, some other body will draw like this. So the intersection of these points will be different from one to one. Okay, so graphically you are getting an estimation or a round figure. Okay, because your hand is not accurate 100%. It's not a computer. Okay, but algebraically you will get almost a approximate, but a more accurate than the drawing one. Okay, so this is the only thing here. So how to solve it algebraically? You will tell x squared plus 1 equals 4. Okay, so shift 1 to the other side, so x squared will be equals to 4 minus 1, 3. So x equals square root of 3, right? If you are making square root for both sides. Okay, هؤلاء?
Yes, sir.
No, there is one mistake here. What is this mistake? Square root has to be plus minus. You know this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't forget, huh? Square root, if you are squaring a number, you have to give plus minus instead in before it. So now I'm opening my calculator and I'm taking the square root of 3. Square root 3 equals 1. هو عايزة 1 decimal place بس يبقى equals a plus minus 1.7. This is a algebraically. So it depends, but maybe here let us see how is our accuracy. It is here. Okay, this is 1 2 3 4 5, so each one is 0.2, so 1 2 3 means 0.6 and a bit, so it is almost 1.7. Okay, negative 1.7, it's negative 1.65, something like this. Okay, so it depends on the accuracy also. Okay, so how close was your estimate from your graph? almost close. طبعا ده مش سؤال يعني ده مالوش marking. Okay, are there any solutions to the equation x squared plus 1 equals 0? Explain. طيب x plus 1 x squared plus 1 ده الجراف بتاعي. طب let us draw this one 0. It means y equals 0. Where is y equals 0? Where is y equals 0? Y equals 0. We told last time y equals 0 it is what? Anybody remember? Y equals 0 is the x-axis. X equals 0 is the y-axis. Okay, so there is solution. Where is the intersection between the x-axis and our graph? No intersection between the x-axis and our graph. صح? So there is no solution. So here, if I'm telling, I will tell that. Okay, are there any solution to the equation? No solution. Why? There is no intersection point between y equals x squared plus 1 and y equals 0 بس. يبقى في ساعات equation ملهاش حل. في equation ملهاش حل. طب algebraically x squared plus 1 equals 0 algebraically ما ممكن يكون ليها حل. تعالوا نجرب كده. ودي ال1 الناحية التانية هتروح ايه؟ shift 1 to the other side, it will go as a negative 1. So x squared equals negative 1. So x equals square root of negative 1. Right? Can you check on in your calculator square root of negative 1? Please.
It says math error.
Math error. Why? Because the square root means I need one number, which I will multiply it by itself, give me -1. And I know from the previously that to get a negative number you need to multiply positive number times negative number, because if you multiply negative number times negative number, it will give you positive number. If you multiply positive number times positive number, it will give you also positive number. So there is no any number which is multiplied by itself to give me a negative number at all. So it's okay. Algebraically also there is no solution for x squared plus 1 equals 0. Okay? ماشي يا ولاد. So maybe I'll ask you one question. Okay? I'll ask you one question. Here for مثلا, let us go for our scribble. Okay. This is a graph of sorry. Okay. Here there is a graph of y equals x squared plus 3. تمام. Okay, and I'm telling you the equation x squared plus 3 equals k has no solution. Okay, find where k is a constant. Find the range of values of k. لو انا جيت قلت لك حاجه زي كده y، معلش خلينا دي هنا كده عشان بس لازم كلهم في صفحه واحده. اوكي، انا رسمنا جراف. we draw the we sketch a graph y equals x squared plus 3. Okay, and I'm telling you equation x squared plus 3 equals k. This is k. Okay, has no solution. Okay, طب k ده ايه؟ ده number يعني ايه؟ يعني y equals k. y equals k is a horizontal line. صح؟ horizontal line. Okay, find the range of k. تبقى الرينج of k ايه؟ ال values of k اللي ممكن ما يبقاش فيها solution؟ حد يعرف يقول لي؟ هي طبعا x سكوير بلس 3 دي النقطة دي يعني كام؟ النقطة دي 0 و 3. This point is 0 and 3. So what is the value of k in this case? هل مثلا يا ولاد، هل مثلا لو أنا رسمت y equals number like this, this has a solution or has no solution?
Has a solution.
Two solutions كمان مش solution واحد، صح؟ طيب لو أنا مشيت كده كل ده all this has a solutions. Okay, till this point. This point has how many solutions? This line, one solution, because there is one point only of intersection, right? طب this one, how many solutions? This one has how many solutions, ولاد? How many points of intersection between the line and the curve?
More than one.
لا مفيش خالص، صح؟ اللاين الازرق ده، بص انا بتكلم عن اللاين البلو لاين with the black curve. No solution، صح؟ يبقى في where which case starting no solution just below the 3, right? So anything less than 3 no solution، صح؟ Anything above 3 2 solutions. Exactly 3 1 solution. Did you get it? What is the solution? The point of intersection, right? Here there is only one point of intersection. It's not intersection, it's tangency. Okay, because it's touching only. So one here. Okay, if the line shifted like this, so two solutions, two intersection points, right? Here there is no intersection point, means no solution. Okay, so this k has to be less than 3 to give me no solutions. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so k has to be smaller than 3. Okay, this is the range of values of k which will satisfy that x squared plus 3 equals k has no solution. Okay. طيب تعالوا نروح نكمل بقية الحل. اهو بيقول لي ايه here are the graphs of two equations. Write the equation of each graph. طيب هنجيبه ازاي each graph ده؟ لما يكون عندي يا ولاد if I have a parabola passing by 0 in the and the y-axis is its symmetry line. Okay, so this graph is y equals ax squared only. There is no x, there is no other term, only ax squared. Okay, so to find the a, what I have to do, I have to find one point with y and x, that's all. Okay, so this point is which one? What is the coordinate of this point? أولاد, what's the coordinate of this point?
1 1.
1 1 يعني x1 y1 صح؟ يعني y equals ax squared. Put 1 instead of y, put 1 instead of x. So 1 equals a times 1 means 1 equals a means a equals 1 صح؟ يبقى الكيرف نفسه equals a, y equals 1x squared صح؟ And we are not writing coefficient of 1. So this graph is a y equals x squared. Okay, يبقى أول graph y equals x squared. Did you get how I got the graph? Okay, طيب. طب والline, this line, how I can get this line? I think we killed the straight line equations. So I need somebody to tell me how to get the graph, the equation of that line. Equation of straight line equals what? Y equals mx plus c, صح? So
Yeah.
C, I have C, or I need to calculate C?
Need to calculate it.
لا C اهي. مش السي دي الواي انترسبت يا ولاد قلناها. طيب ده هي واضحة اهي. The line passing the y axis at 2, so C equals 2. خلاص يبقى y equals mx plus 2. بس يبقى فاضل ايه؟ الm. I need m is equals what? You remember?
Y minus
أيوة.
y1 and then x2 minus x1.
مظبوط. طيب في بوينت اهي وفي بوينت اهي سهلين دول. البوينت الأولانية ايه؟ 0 2 والبوينت الثانية ايه؟ 2 0. مين 1 ومين 2 براحتكم زي ما انتوا عايزين. دي 1 x1 y1 ودي x2 y2. يلا يبقى y2 اللي هي 0 يبقى الm equals 0 minus 2 و 2 minus 0. So minus 2 over 2 minus 1 يعني الm equals minus 1 يعني اللاين ده y equals minus x plus 2. اوكي. يا ولاد لو حاسين ان الموضوع صعب قولوا لي وانا اقوله من الاول تاني مفيش مشكله بس يعني ما تسكتوش كده.
Understand, sir.
Okay. Use the graph to solve the simultaneous equations. أنا عندي two equations simultaneously هم. عندي this one and that one. So simultaneous equations means x and y. So here I have two solutions, not one solution. Where are the two solutions? One solution here and one solution here. So what is the xy of this point? Negative 2 and 4. Negative 2 and 4. And what is the xy of that point? 1 and 1. So what are the solutions? Negative 2 and 4 and 1 and 1. Okay, ولاد?
Yes, sir.
Okay. طيب. Substitute your x, y values from part B into your equations of part A Okay, to check your answers. Solutions are correct. يبقى احنا قلنا ايه؟ قلنا عشان point تبقى موجودة على curve it has to satisfy this curve. Means if I substitute the left hand side and the right hand side, they have to be equated. Okay, so if I put here this point in yx squared, so y 4 وx squared negative 2 squared, 4 equals 4, it's correct. لو طلعت 4 equal 5 مفيش حاجة اسمها 4 equal 5 يبقى عندي مشكلة. طب تعالوا نحطوها في الستريت لاين. يبقى y اللي هي 4 equals negative 2 plus 2. Negative means positive. يبقى 4 equals positive 2 plus 2 يعني 4 يعني برضو correct. طب تعالوا نتست the other point 1. y equals 1, x equals 1 squared, 1 equals 1, so it's correct. So for the straight line 1 equals negative 1 plus 2. So 1 equals negative 1 plus 2 means 1, which is also correct. Okay? So now I recheck the solutions and solutions were perfect. Okay? طيب. Number 2 بيقول لي ايه؟ For the pair of equations y equals 2x plus 5 and y equals x squared plus 5 plot their graphs. طيب أول حاجة اللاين أسهل حاجة. 5 عندي النقطة أهي وعايز نقطة بوينت كمان. هحط ال1 بكام؟ هحط ال1 ب1. سوري هحط الx ب1. يبقى 2 times x 2 times 1 2 plus 5 7. يبقى at 1 it's 7. So this is the point. So let us draw the line. Okay, so this is the straight line. طيب let us plot y equals x squared plus 5. So make a small table. Need 5 points, or put the 6 points, the 7 points, sorry. xy, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So here x squared plus 5, negative 3 squared, 9 plus 5, 14. Okay, negative 2 squared, 4 plus 5, 9. Negative 1 squared plus 5, 6. Negative 0 squared, 0 plus 5, 5. 1 squared, 1 plus 5, 6. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 50 plus 5 sorry 14. اوكي 14 مش عندي طبعا فايه هديسكارد الاثنين دول. يبقى نقول ايه 2 و9 here. اوكي و سوري نيجاتيف 2 نيجاتيف 1 و6 here. 0 و5 here. اوكي 1 و6 here. و2 و9 here. Okay, so let us draw this. It will be like that. Sorry. Okay. طيب we draw these two graphs. Write down the coordinates of the points of intersection. طب فين ال points of intersection بتاعتي؟ اهي دي point of intersection ودي another point of intersection. So the coordinates of the point of intersection أول واحدة كام؟ 0 و 5. وتاني واحدة كام؟ 2 و 9. اوكي؟ ماشي يا أولاد ولا في مشكلة؟
ماشي.
اوكي. Work out each calculation for the equation y equals 3x squared. The first one has been done for you. x equals negative 2. دي substitution يعني ما فيهاش حاجة دي. فاضي يعني. Negative 1 times negative 1 means 3. 0 times 0 means 0. 1 times 1 means also 3. Okay. Complete the table of values for the equation y equals 3x squared. So this will be 27. This will be by mistake it is negative 2 not negative 3. Okay, there is one mistake here. This is negative 2. So 4 times يبقى 12. Okay, here negative 1 تبقى 3. 0 تبقى 0. 1 تبقى 3. 12 and this one will be 9 times 3 27. Okay, complete these coordinate pairs from the table. Negative 3 وطبعا 27. Negative 2 و 12. Negative 1 و 3. 0 و 0. 1 و 3. 2 و12 3 و27. On the grid plot the points from part B, join the points with a smooth curve, label the curve with its equation. تعالوا نقول negative 3 و27 here. Okay. طب و negative 2 و12 it is here. 1 negative 1 و3 it is here. 0 0 here. Okay. Okay. Is the graph symmetrical? Yes, sure, symmetrical. If so, draw a colored dotted line to show the line of symmetry. فين اللاين اوف symmetry بتاعي؟ طبعا مش هيبان هنا. هو اللاين اوف symmetry بتاعي هو ده. اوكي. هو الواي اكسس نفسه. Okay, now for the quadratic, because quadratic now it's finished. Okay, for the quadratic, any problem يا ولاد؟ Okay. Yes. Okay. تمام. طيب more non-line graphs. في طبعا non-line linear graphs. اللينير جراف الوحيد هو ايه؟ y equals mx plus c اللي هو بيديني straight line، عشان كده اسمه linear. اوكي. اي حاجه بتديني curved line معناها ايه؟ non-linear. Okay, so more nonlinear graphs. The graph shows a relationship between x and y. Complete this table of values. 2 ومعها كام؟ 2 ومعها كام؟ 2 ومعها 5. 4 ومعها كام؟ 2.5. تمام؟ 5 فين 5 هنا ومعها 2. اوكي. 10 ومعها ايه؟ ومعها 1. Okay, write the relationship y equals k over x and use values from your table to work out the value of k. Okay, طيب خلينا نقول ايه؟ نقول ال value of k. نعمل ايه عشان نجيب ال value of k؟ انا عارف ان البوينتس دي كلها دول مالهم satisfies this one. So I'll choose one of them and I'll ايه do the value of k او get the value of k. مثلا let's get the first point مثلا. y equals 5 when x equals 2. So k equals what in this case? K equals 10. Right? Because 10 over 2 equals 5. Check any other point. مثلا let us do this one. Y equals 2. K over 5. Okay. K equals what? K equals 10 but 10 over 5 equals 2. So now the K equals a 10. ماشي؟ طيب. Does this graph show values in inverse proportion? Explain. الجراف ده بيعمل inverse proportion ولا direct proportion؟ Inverse proportion. Why? Because whenever the x is going greater, okay, the y is going smaller. يعني ال x 2 صح؟ وال y هنا كبيرة. ال x بتزيد increases وال y بتقل decreases. فيبقى inverse proportion. okay. يبقى ايه؟ yes. As x increases y decreases. اوكي. inverse proportion معناها لما value بتزيد value بتقل، زي ما قلناها فين؟ في الايه؟ في الاول خالص في الستريت لاين. تمام؟ طيب دي اسمها ايه؟ الايكويشن دي اسمها ايه يا ولاد؟ الفانكشن دي اسمها ايه؟ y equals k over x. اسمها reciprocal equation او جراف. اوكي؟ يبقى reciprocal جراف بيبقى شكله ايه؟ عامل زي ما هو قدامكم كده. اوكي؟ طبعا في الاي جي ان شاء الله السنه الجايه هناخد تفاصيل كتير عن الريسيبريكال جرافس. طيب بيقول لي ايه a scientist counts the bacteria in a culture every hour. The table shows here results, time و number of bacteria. Draw a graph to show these results. يبقى 0 مع 3 يبقى لما دي ايه ده التايم اللي هو الاكس وده الواي اللي هو النمبر اوف بكتيريا. يبقى عند 0 كانت 3 فير 0 and 3. هنا how many squares 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 so each one equals 2. تمام. يبقى هنا ايه يبقى 0 و 3 اهي. طيب وبعد كده 1 و 6 1 و 6 تقريبا هنا وبعدين 2 و 10 1 2 3 4 5 وبعدين 3 و 20 وبعدين 4 and 39 4 and 39 وبعدين 5 and 77 تقريبا هنا. Okay, so let us draw this. Okay, how many bacteria are there after 2.5 hours? 2.5 hours تيجي هنا Okay, 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 14. Okay. The scientist says a model for the growth of these bacteria is double every hour. Okay. On the same grid, draw a graph starting with 3 bacteria at time 0 hour and doubling every hour. Doubling every hour means a means the number of bacteria equals 2 times the times the hours. Okay. Doubling every time. So let us do this. اول عندي كانت 3 لما يحصل لها doubling هتبقى 6. طب وبعدين هتبقى 12 وبعدين هتبقى 24 وبعدين هتبقى 48 وبعدين هتبقى 96. Okay, so it is 3 1 هتبقى 6 نفس البوينت 2 هتبقى 12. خلينا نرسمها بالاحمر. اوكي نمسح بس الايه النقط دي عشان الدنيا تبقى ايه واضحه. اوكي طيب يبقى 0 الاثنين دول زي بعض وبعدين 2 مع 12 1 2 3 4 5 6 12 اهي. اوكي وبعدين 20 سوري 3 مع 24 3 مع 24 هنا. اوكي وبعدين 4 مع 48 هنا وبعدين 5 مع 96 which is هنا. اوكي يبقى ايه يبقى ده الدبلنج. اوكي يبقى ده اللي بيحصل له ايه الدبلنج في الحالة دي. اوكي طيب on how good is the scientist's model? It's fair يعني you can say fair not good not excellent nothing you can say fair. اوكي لان هو شبه الدبلنج هو مش دبلنج 100% بس هو ايه fair يعني. اوكي more non-line graphs. Draw table of values for y equals 3x cubed and 4x cubed. Plot the graph 3x cubed and 4x cubed on the same graph. عايزين من minus 3 ل 3. تعالوا نعملها يا ولاد. y sorry x and y. 0 نيجاتيف 3 نيجاتيف 2 نيجاتيف 1 0 1 2 3. اوكي طيب نفتح الكالكوليتر على طول عشان ما نضيعش وقت. نقول ايه نيجاتيف 3 كيوبد اوكي تايمز 3 يبقى ايه equals negative 81. Okay, negative 2 cubed times 3 negative 24. Negative 1 cubed times 3 negative 3. 0 times 3 0. Okay, 1 times 3 3. 2 cubed times 3 24. 3 cubed times 3 81. Okay. طيب 4x cubed تعالوا نرسم 4x cubed. طيب يبقى ايه 4 times negative 3 cubed 108. 4 times negative 2 cubed negative 108 negative 32. Negative 4 times negative 1 cubed بالنيجاتيف 4 0. 1 times 4 4. 2 cubed 8 times 4 32. 3 cubed 27 times 4 108. Okay, so plot the graphs on the same axis. Okay, تعالوا نشوف كده. هنرسم الأول إيه؟ نرسم اللي تحت ده الأول. أوكي، نيجاتيف 3 مع نيجاتيف 108. هنا أنا عندي كام؟ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. يبقى كل واحدة ب2 برضه. سوري 108 هنا. اوكي مع نيجاتيف 3 يعني هنا. اوكي طيب وبعدين مع نيجاتيف 2 نيجاتيف 32. نيجاتيف 2 نيجاتيف 32 وبعدين نيجاتيف 32 مع نيجاتيف 1 نيجاتيف 4 0 0 1 و 4 2 و 32 و 3 و 108. اوكي يبقى الكيرف هيبقى شكله عامل ازاي؟ هيبقى شكله عامل كده. طيب لو رسمنا التاني بقى اللي هو نيجاتيف 3 مع 81 نيجاتيف 3 مع 81 ونيجاتيف 2 مع 24 مع نيجاتيف 24 سوري نيجاتيف 2 مع نيجاتيف 24 اوكي ونيجاتيف 1 مع 3 يعني تقريبا بشكل كده. مش هيبان أول فرق بين الاتنين يعني. اوكي طيب what is the same about your two graphs? What is the different? What is the same shape تقريبا. اوكي shape is same. اوكي ماشي passing through origin both of them passing through origin. طب what is different? That y equals 3x cubed is wider than y equals 4x cubed. اوكي بس طبعا هو مش باين قوي لان هو حمار. هو المفروض يدينا جراف اكبر من كده عشان يبان اكتر. What do you think the graph of y equals 10x cubed and y equals negative 1 over 3x cubed would be like? خلاص انا عرفت ان كل ما الكوفيشنت ده get smaller it will go wider. يعني المفروض ان y equals 1 over 3 x cubed ممكن يبقى شكله عامل كده. اوكي بس y equals 10 x cubed ممكن يبقى شكله عامل كده، يبقى narrower. اوكي خدتوا الكلام ده في المدرسة يا ولاد ولا ما خدتوش؟ ها؟
ايوه خدناه.
الكيوبيك جراف رسمتوه يعني مع التيتشر.
Likely, but I don't think it's gonna come on the exam.
Okay, so if there is nothing to do with this, tell me now, so no need to spare time on it. Yeah. If it's not coming on the graph, on the exam. Sorry. Which of these are non-linear؟ طبعا واضحة يعني كلهم non-linear ما عدا ايه؟ ما عدا ده non-linear، ده non-linear، وده non-linear. Okay. Here is the graph of an equation in the form of y equals k over x. Okay, reciprocal. Complete the table values by reading values from the graph. 1 مع 16، 2 مع 8 واضحة أوي، 4 مع 4 هو قايلها، و 8 مع 2 ومع 1 جاي ايه؟ 16. Substitute x equals 1 and y equals 16 in the equation and work out the k. أول حاجة هو بيقول لي 16 equals k over 1، يعني ال k equals كام؟ 16. Complete the equation of the graph 16 over x. Substitute x equals 4 and y equals 4 into the equation to check your answer. So 4 equals 16 over 4, which is okay. Then 16 over 4 equals 4. Find the value of y when x equals 32. يبقى y equals 16 over 32, which is equals to half. يبقى y equals half in this case. دي الانسرز. اوكي يبقى كده احنا ايه؟ احنا خلصنا الايه؟ الجرافس كومبليتلي، اليونت بتاعت الجرافس يونت 8 كومبليتلي. في حد عايز فيها اي حاجه قبل ما نقفلها خالص يا ولاد؟
نو سير.
اكيد؟
نو سير.
No thanks.
اوكي. ايوه ياسين اتفضل. كنت هتسأل حاجه ولا قلت له اوكي؟
بقول اوكي.
اوكي يا حبيبي اوكي تمام. طيب ثانية واحدة بس نشوف ايه اليونت التانية اللي عندنا. نبتدي في يونت عشان ايه نبقى نكمل عليه المرة الجاية ان شاء الله. احنا خدنا مع بعض السيركلز يا ولاد ولا ما خدناش؟
Sorry, what?
السيركلز.
لا لسه ما خدناه.
الاريا اوف سيركلز والكلام ده ما خدناهوش. اوكي جود
لسه.
تمام. طيب احنا عندنا السيركمفرنس اوف سيركل. اوكي radius of sector. Okay. Circumference. Area. Pythagoras ما خدناش مع بعض برضه صح؟
لا لسه ما خدناهوش.
اوكي تمام. يبقى خلونا نبتدي بيونت 7 نمشي فيها على قد ما نقدر النهارده ونكملها ان شاء الله ايه يوم الاحد مع بعض. اوكي طيب احنا عندنا السيركل يا ولاد. اوكي it's little bit different than any other 2D shape. اوكي اول اختلاف first difference that we are not telling that there is something called perimeter for the circle. Perimeter is cancelled and we are telling that circumference. It is the same. Okay, the length of the line around the shape, which is the circumference. Okay. طيب any circle has center and any length from this center to any point on the circle named the radius. Okay. And twice the radius, which is if you extend from other side, the twice the radius equals the diameter. ماشي يا ولاد؟ طيب if I want to know the circumference of circle, I need to know only the radius. Okay, and the circumference of the circle equals 2 pi r. Okay, 2 pi r, and pi, this is a constant which is equals to 3.1 1.4 or 1.4.2 as per your teacher? He told you which one? 3.4.
So I have a question.
Hmm?
What's the formula for the diameter again?
For not diameter, for the
Yeah, I know
circumference.
for the radius, but isn't there also one for the diameter? In order to calculate.
Yeah, it will be pi d. If you are not using 2 pi r, you want to the diameter, it will be pi d. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
No, I'm asking. Your teacher is telling you to substitute pi by 3.142 or 3.14 bus, or he told you to use the pi in the calculator.
Use pi in the calculator.
Okay.
Calculator, sir.
Okay. خلاص. Okay. Because in the y9x year, when you are going to the official exam, you can use 3.142 or using the pi in the calculator. I prefer the pi of the calculator. Okay, but sometimes when you are going to get the answers in the calculator, it will bring something like this for you as an answer. 2 over 3 pi. You know how to modify this to a decimal? And suppose مثلا I'm asking you, what is the circumference of circle with radius of مثلا ايه 5. Can you use the calculator and tell me what is the area, what is the circumference, sorry, of this?
31.4.
31.4. Okay. No, the calculator give you directly 31.4 or give you 10 pi?
10 pi.
10 pi. I'm asking, if you get this 10 pi, you know how to transfer it to this? Everybody knows?
SD.
SD.
That's what SD.
Exactly, yes. SD. Okay? Type. So it is like this. So what is pi? Pi is the ratio between the circumference of a circle and its diameter. This is the definition of pi. And pi is irrational number. Pi is irrational number. Means that I cannot represent pi as a fraction. Okay? Type. Now this is the circumference of a circle. But what about the area of a circle? If I know the circle's radius, again, I can get the area of this circle. Okay? The area of this circle equals pi r squared. Okay? So if the circle has radius of 2.5 centimeters, so its area equals pi times 2.5 squared. Okay? Which is 2.5 squared times pi equals 19.6 centimeter squared. Okay, so it's straightforward. Okay, the area is this and the circumference is this or this. Okay, type. So what is there in the circle? There is something called sectors. Sectors is a part of a circle. Okay, suppose that I have a part of a circle like this. Okay, طبعا it's not accurately drawn. Okay, this is radius and this is radius, and here there is one angle. Okay, so this is named sector, which is a part of a circle cut through, and it has to be bounded by an arc, which is a part of a circle, circumference of the circle, and 2 radii. This is sector. Any other part of the circle is not sector. يعني suppose that I have a sector like this مثلا, sorry, I have a circle and I cut this piece. This is not radius and this is sorry.
In order to get the whole circle, you have to multiply by 4. So you get first you do pi 2 pi times r. Then whatever comes out of, whatever the number is, you multiply it by 4.
لا, this is not quadrant. See, this is not quadrant. This is a normal sector, because you have special types of sectors like this one. This one is a sector. this one is a sector which is named semicircle, okay, and this one also is a sector which is called quadrant, okay. This is if you have this times 4, if you have this times 2, but you have normal, this angle is not 90 degree. So now you need two things. You need to calculate the arc length, okay, and second thing, you need to calculate the area of this sector, okay, the area of this sector, okay. So yes, no problem. So the circumference, the arc length, okay, and the circumference, there is ratio between them. What is the ratio between the any arc length which is a part of a circle and the circumference? The ratio between them is the ratio between the angles. Which angles? This angle, okay, because this angle is part of a circle. Yani if this is theta, this is 360. This is the ratio between the arc length and the circumference, okay. So what is the circumference? Circumference is 2 pi r, okay. So in this case, how I can get this value? Cross multiplication. This value equals this times this divided by this, right? So it is 2 pi r over 360 times theta, or you can write it like this: theta over 360 2 pi r, okay. So now the arc length, it's simple as, if you get the circumference of a circle and you want only the arc length of a sector, so you have to take this circumference and multiply it by the fraction of the angle of the sector divided by 360. Did you get it? Yani suppose.
Say one more time.
Sure. See, this is a circle, okay, and this is, now I have two semicircles, right? And now I have 4 quadrants, sure. Now I have 8 equal parts of a circle, صح? Suppose that it's symmetrical, okay. I have now how many parts? I have 8 equal parts. يعني if I have, this is the circumference of the circle, okay. So this part equal this part equal that part, that part, that part, that part, that part, that part. How many parts we have now of the circumference? We have 8 equal parts, صح? يعني if I told you what is the length of this, what is the length of this arc, you will tell me this is this arc. If I multiplied it by 8, it will give me the circumference complete, صح؟ معايا ولد؟ Now I'm explaining the concept. It's easy. I can tell you the rule and خلاص, go and do it. I want you to get from where it's get. It's very important. If you know the concept, you will feel relief. Okay? Arc times 8 equals circumference. تمام؟ يعني الارc only equals 1 over 8 times circumference. صح؟ طب from where you got 1 over 8? You got 1 over 8 because you have divided the 360 degree over 8. صح؟ This angle equal that angle, that angle, that angle, that angle, angle. How many angles? 8 angles. All these angles will give you together 360. So one angle of them equals how much? 360 over 8, صح? Which is equals to 4 and 2.5. صح؟ 42.5 degree. Right? صح؟ ولا أنا غلطان؟ 360 divided by 8. 45, sorry. 45. Okay? 45 degrees, صح? Till now it's okay. This is 45 degree. This is 45 degree. This is 45 degree, and so on. Okay? So 45 degree 1 over 8 it's 45 over 360. From there I got 8. اوكي طيب عامله زي ايه؟ ممكن اقول الحته دي بالعربي، مش ماث، هنتكلم بس كده في حاجه براكتيكال. suppose that you have انتوا عندك مثلا ايه؟ pizza. okay, this pizza you want to share with your friends. You are 6 persons or 6 people. okay, you want to divide this pizza to 6 equal parts. What is controlling these equal parts? The angle. You want to put 6 equal parts. Now you have 2 parts. okay, يعني around half an hour. okay, so you need to make this and that. How you can control that this equal this equal this equal this equal this equal this? By controlling these angles to make it equal. If these angles are equal, so these sectors will be equal, and by default these arc lengths will be equal. So controlling the angle out of the 360 will give you this ratio. okay, طب you want 8, so you have to divide into 8 equal angles. If you want 10, so you have to divide into 10 equal angles. So in this case, this line, okay, this arc length is a ratio between your angle and the full angle, which is 360 times the full circumference. okay, so the ratio between an arc and the circumference is the ratio between the angle of the sector and the 360 degree. Now you got it?
sir. Yes, sir.
okay. انا ما اعرفش انتوا يعني did اتشرحت كده في المدرسة ولا خدتوا القانون خدتوا الرول وخلاص؟
الرول وخلاص.
لا انا بحب الكونسبت قوي. الكونسبت لو جه اي مسألة، حتى لو انت نسيت الرول، لو انت فاهم الكونسبت هتجيب الرول تاني. فاهم؟ يعني why I'm always stressing on the concept, because you are normal human, all of us, even me. Sometimes in exam, sometimes some problem when I'm solving, I forgot the rule. So what I have to do, if I didn't have any reference beside me, I have to dig the rule through the concept. So if you know the concept, even if you forgot the rule, you will get it back. okay, so now the arc length and the circumference, there is ratio between both of them. What is the ratio? Angle and angle. Angle of the circle completely. Circumference means what? Means complete circle. How you are getting this circumference? By putting your compass, okay, and roll it how many? 360 degrees. I don't have this 360 degrees. I'm rolling the compass only this. So you rolled this angle. So this is as ratio to that is this angle to that angle. So this is the way. Okay. Same for the area. Area of sector. Yes.
I have a question. So, for example, let's just say the equation just gave us, for example, a small piece of the whole circle. And so, are we supposed to do, for example, 16 degrees divided by 360, or
yes,
in order to find the other pieces?
Yes. We will solve some examples now. Don't worry. Okay. So for the area of sectors or a sector, it is the same. The ratio of the angle between the angle of the sector and the angle of the full circle times the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. Okay. I think now it is more simpler. If you got the concept, it's easy for you. Now you feel relief. I feel you. Okay. So now you have two formulas. Area of sector equals theta over theta is angle. Angle of sector. Angle of sector divided by 360 times the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. If you are talking about the arc length, so it is the same ratio. Angle of the sector divided by 360 times the circumference, which is 2 pi r. Now it's fine?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. 1 second. Okay, so now let us go and find out these questions in your, let me bring the okay. Okay, so let us start. Circumference of a circle. Use your calculator to work out the circumference of each circle. Round your answer to an appropriate degree of accuracy. So now this is the diameter. Okay, so 2 pi r, okay, equals 2 times pi times r, which is half this one, 3.4. Okay, so let us go for the calculator, and 2 times pi times 3.4 equals 21.36 يبقى 21.4 centimeter. Okay, طيب for this one 2 pi r, which is 185 millimeter. Okay, so 2 pi times 185 equals 1162.4, so 1162 millimeters. Okay, طيب work out the perimeter of this circumference. خلي بالك بقى من الحته دي كويس. لما يجي يجيب لك sector, if you have any sector, okay, and I'm asking for perimeter. Okay, why I'm asking for perimeter? I told in the beginning of I told you in the beginning of this lesson that for the circle we are not saying perimeter, we are saying circumference. But this is not circle, this is sector. Means circle only we are telling circumference. Okay, but for sector I can say perimeter. So perimeter of this equals what? Take care of this. Is arc length, because somebody will get the arc length and tell that this is a perimeter. No, perimeter means all around the shape. So the arc length and this line and this line. Okay, so you have three parts: arc length and radius and radius. So the perimeter equals arc plus 2 radius. Okay, so here we are going to find the arc, which is here. This is half directly. Why half? Because what is the angle here of this sector? 180 degrees. And what is the angle of the circle? 360. 180 over 360 equals half. So half times 2 pi r. يعني half times 2 pi times r, which is 4. These two can go with these two, so 4 pi. So 4 pi equals 12.6 centimeter. Okay, plus r يعني plus 8, 4 plus 4 equals 20.6 centimeter. واضحة يا ولاد ولا اقولها تاني؟
Can you repeat it, sir?
Sure. When we are talking about sector, okay, then this is arc length, okay, which is equals to the ratio between the angle and 360 times 2 pi r. صح؟ خلاص, this is finished. Okay, perimeter means length around the shape. What is around this shape? Around this shape is this line, this line, and this line. Okay, so this yellow ribbon is the perimeter of the shape, which is radius plus arc length. So what is the perimeter here? It will be theta over 360 times 2 pi r, which is the arc length plus r yani plus 2 r's. This is the perimeter of the sector. Okay, now you don't have sector, you have semicircle, which is sector also. Okay, and he's telling you that the radius is 4. So the semicircle is half the circumference, because you have typical part which is cut. So it is half the circumference. Half the circumference is half times 2 pi r. صح؟ طيب, which is equals to half times 2 pi times 4. This is 4, the radius. Okay, half with half equals 4 pi. Okay, this is the arc length. Okay, plus this r and that r, which is 4 and 4 يعني 8. Okay, plus 8. So if you calculate this using your calculator, it will give you 20.6. Now you got it?
Yes, sir. We got it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So take care about this perimeter, because so many students are make mistakes in this, especially perimeter of a sector. Okay, work out the perimeter. دي خلاص finished. Okay, a circle has radius. I'm talking now number 3. A circle has a radius of 15 meters. Write the circumference in terms of pi. طب يعني هو بيقول لي ايه؟ Don't substitute pi by any number. So the circumference is 2 pi r, which is 15. So 2 times 15 equals 30 pi. He wanted in this form, without substituting pi. Work out to two significant figures the diameter of a circle with circumference 1.5 meters. Okay, يبقى circumference عندي 1.5 meter equals 2 pi r. يبقى ال r equals, هو عايز ايه؟ الدايمتر. r equals ايه؟ 1.5 over 2 pi. Okay, times 2 عشان تديني الدايمتر، times 2 هنا يعني ايه؟ يعني diameter equals 1.5 over pi. تعالوا نحسب 1.5 over pi. طلعت معايا كام؟ 0.47746. هو عايزها ايه؟ two significant figures. دي تبقى كام في الحالة دي؟ عايز اعمل approximation لده to two significant figures. يبقى كام يا ولاد؟
So it's going to be 0.5.
لا
0.5.
two significant.
0.51.
لا ازاي 51؟ 0.47. ها؟
0.48.
Yes, exactly. Two significant figures. طيب بالمرة بقى، طالما وصلنا للsignificant figure، أنا شايف إن أكيد في لخبطة في significant figures، صح؟ مش كده؟ مش مشكلة. أوكي؟ طب تعالوا نشوف significant figures rounding to significant figures. significant figures يعني إيه؟ يعني 1 2 3 4 till 9. Okay, so 0 is a unsignificant figures. 1 2 3 4 9 is significant figures. So now what you have to do, you have to go through the number from left hand side and count the number of significant figures needed to be approximated by. يعني مثلا suppose that I have this number and I want you to approximate this to two significant figures. So you have to come from your left hand side and count figures. How many figures? Which I told you I want two significant figures. So you will come and say this is one significant figure, this is the second significant figure. I want two significant figures, so I will approximate till here. So what I have to do in this case, I have to look to the extreme right. Okay, just the close neighbor in the right hand side, and I have to find out this 4. Is there any effect to the 2? No. Why? Because to affect the 2 you need to be 5 6 7 8 or 9. Okay, if you are 1 2 3 4 or 0 1 2 3 4, sorry, then you are not affecting the 2, so it will be 32 and all this will be zeros. Okay, so if you want to approximate to two significant figures, you need to count from the left hand side two significant figures. Then you have to look for the next digit. If the next digit is more than 5 or more, it will add 1 to this figure, and then all this will be zeros. If it is less than 5, so it will be zeros without changing anything in the last significant figure. Type. Where is the problem in significant figures? The problem happened and occurred in the decimals. Suppose that I have something like this: 0.0025469. I want you to approximate this to 3 significant figures. So I have to count from where? From the left. So what it will be? Anybody imagine what it could be? To 3 significant figures?
Which number?
This number. I want to
So it's going to be 0.25.
Like this?
Yes. Wait, no. It's going to be 0.0025, but no, wait, no. The 2 zeros before them are not significant, so it's just 25, yeah.
So how you can count now? You are going to count from.
Sir, can I try?
Sure.
Is it 0.00255?
Exactly, yes. Okay. Why? Because this is insignificant. Oh, insignificant. Sorry, it's not an insignificant. Till now, I didn't count any significant figures. Now I will count 1 significant figure, 2nd significant figure, 3rd significant figure, and I want 3 significant figures. So in this case, I will pin this and check its close right neighbor. Close right neighbor is more than 5, so it will affect it by adding 1. So the number will be 0.00255. Okay, type one more. Suppose that I have this 0.0200567. I want this to be rounded to 3 significant figures. Anybody can try this?
Rounded to 3.
3 significant figures.
There's 0.02. 0. 1.
كده final. This is the final.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, exactly. You are right. Why? Because here still insignificant, significant. How it's significant? Because خلاص. If you found the first significant, every next digit is significant, even if it is 0. Okay? خلاص. The first one, خلاص, 0 after that. The zeros will be significant also. So this is the 3rd significant. So you want to approximate till this one. So the next digit or the closest neighbor from the right hand side is 5 and more, so it will add 1 here before going out. Okay, suppose that it was not like this. It is 0.0200467. So, and 3 significant figures also. So what is the approximation of this one?
So answer this one.
Yeah, sure.
It's going to be 0. It's going to be 0.0200.
00. Okay. Yes, and you have to write these 2 zeros, even they are insignificant. Okay, because zeros on the extreme right of the decimal is insignificant, but you have to write them. Why? Because he's asking for 3 significant figures, so you have to show the 3 significant figures in this case. Okay, like if suppose that I'm telling you 0.2346, and I want you to make this approximation to 2 decimal places, not significant figure, decimal places. Decimal places, there is no significancy. If it is 0, it will be count also. Okay, so this is the first decimal place, this is the second decimal place. Okay, sorry, it's not this one. 0. Okay, so what you have to do in this case, you have to check this. This will not affect this by any way, صح? So the approximation is 0.2. It's correct, but you have to mention the 0 because he's asking clearly 2 decimal places. So you have to show these 2 decimal places even there is insignificant 0 in one of them. Got it يا ولاد? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The round and
Yes,
approximation, significant figures, sometimes it's tricky. Okay, but خلاص, like this is, it's okay, it's fine. So let's go back. So work out to do 2 significant, خلاص, it's finished now. Okay, now work out to 2 significant figures, the radius of a circle with circumference of 90 millimeters. So the circumference is 90 equals still 2 pi r. So and he wants the radius, not the diameter. So r equals 90 over 2 pi. So let us go for the calculator. 90 divided by 2 pi equals 14.324. 2 significant figures means 1, 2. خلاص, and 3 will not affect it, so it is 14 millimeter. You got it? The approximation also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, the circumference of a circle. Quarter circle has a perimeter of 80 centimeter. Work out the radius. Its radius. خلاص. أنا عارف إن الإيه الكوارتر سيركل البيريمتر 80 سنتيمتر. ما اروحش بقول ال 80 سنتيمتر دي equals إيه؟ equals 90 over 360 2 باي ار. لا. ليه؟ لأن ده مش الارك لينس، ده إيه؟ خلي بالك كويس، ده ايه؟ ده البيريمتر. يعني في كمان الار دي والار دي included in the 80. So this is arc length plus 2r. ها. Okay? واضحة يا ولاد؟
So how do we get the r then? How do we get the radius?
هقول لك دلوقتي. We can make our life easy, not because for quarter and circle and semicircle and this type of special sectors, don't mention the ratio as an angle. I know that the quarter is quarter already, because 90 to 360 is quarter. Okay, so now this will be how much? Quarter times 2 means half pi r plus 2r. Okay, type. You can get r as a common factor in this case, or don't. It's up to you. Okay, so I will make like this. I'll take r common factor. Then it will be half pi plus 2. Okay, I got this r and got this r as a common factor. So this r pi 2 over 2 equals كام? Equals 80. So 80 equals r times pi over 2 plus 2. Means the r equals 80 divided by pi over 2 plus 2. Okay, so I go to the calculator and do it with you here. Not that I will do over this calculator. Sorry, so it will be fraction 80 above pi. Where is the pi here? Pi here. Shift pi over 2 plus 2. It is equals to how many? 22.4. 22.4. How? Centimeter. Okay? Is it okay يا ولاد ولا فيها مشكلة؟
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay. Okay, good. طيب. The diagram shows a bicycle wheel on a journey. The wheel rotates 5,000 times. ده سؤال حلو. What is the total length of the journey? طيب انت عندك دلوقتي الويل اهي يا ولاد. اوكي على ايه الويل دي over the road. Okay, suppose this is the road. Okay, طيب one cycle of the wheel equals what? يعني this point the wheel is going in this direction. Okay, so suppose that you have this point, then the wheel will rotate like this. Okay, when will this point come back on the road here? It need little bit imagination يا ولاد. Okay, little bit imagination. Okay, so now the wheel will rotate and the wheel will go here at the same time. It's rotating like this and it's going forward like this. Okay, one complete rotation means the wheel will move the circumference of the circle.
$2,500.
يبقى المفروض انه في الحاله ديت هيبقى ايه؟ هو مديك الايه؟ مديك الدايمتر كامل اهو، صح؟ يبقى السيركمفرنس هيساوي ايه؟ السيركمفرنس هيساوي 2 باي ار او باي دي. مش احنا قلنا ممكن بدل ما اقول 2 باي ار ممكن اقولها باي دي؟ الاثنين واحد لان 2 ار اوريدي 2 ار اوريدي از دي. So pi d, so 66 pi. This is one cycle, one rotation. Okay, so the length of distance of journey equals a 5000 rotations times 66 pi. تعالوا نحسبها. 5000 times 66 pi equals 1036 point, sorry, مش point, 1,725,6. Okay, this is what, this is centimeter. Okay, he wanted in kilometers, so I have to divide by
100,000.
100,000 because from centimeter to meter 100 and from meter to kilometers 1000, so you have to divide by 100,000. Okay, so divide by 100,000 equals 10.36 kilometers, and he wanted correct to one decimal place, so it is 10.4 kilometers. تمام يا ولاد؟
Yes, sir.
تمام. طيب تعالوا نشوف دي. work out the radius of the sector. مديني الارك لينس ومديني الانجل وعايز الراديوس. انا عارف ان الارك لينس بيساوي ايه؟ بيساوي الانجل over 360 times 2 باي r. طيب الارك لينس عندي 10 سنتيمتر، يبقى اقول 10 سنتيمتر equals، دي ممكن اعملها كده divide by 4 تبقى 5 divide by 4 equals 9. انا بس عشان اصغر الارقام اخلي الارقام smaller يعني. So I simplified the fraction directly times r. So خلاص no problem. In this case r equals، تعالوا نسمبليفاي اكتر، هنقول ايه 10 5 times 2 يبقى 10 over 9 باي r equals 10. تمام، يبقى ال r equals، هودي كل ده الناحية التانية، يبقى 10 divided by 10 over 9 باي. اوكي، which is equals to، تعالوا نعملها مع بعض هنا عشان اعملها قدامكم. تمام، يبقى اقول ايه fraction فوق 10 وتحت 10 over 9 times pi equals 2.864 2.865 سوري. اوكي، هو ما قالش اي accuracy معينه مطلوبه، فهقول ايه 2.9 كفايه قوي، 2.9 سنتيمتر. اوكي، لو قال لك accuracy معينه في الامتحان 1 significant figure 2 significant figure 1 decimal place nearest centimeter، انت هتستخدم الاكيورسي المطلوبه. اوكي، طيب تعالوا نشوف ده. The diagram shows 4 concentric circles. Concentric means they all have the same center. Okay, circle 1 has radius of 2 centimeter. Circle there is a space of 1 centimeter between each circle and the next. Write the circumference of each circle 1 to 4 in terms of pi. طيب اول واحده الراديوس بتاعها كام يا ولاد؟ قال لي 2 سنتيمتر، يبقى الصغير the smallest one have a circumference of 2 times pi times 2. 2 pi times 2 صح؟ يعني equals 4 pi. ماشي، طيب تاني واحدة هو بيقول لي the space is 1 سنتيمتر، يعني لو دي كده 2 سنتيمتر يبقى دي كده تبقى كام؟ 3، ما هي 2 وبعدين في 1 space يعني بقت 3. اوكي، فبقت ايه؟ بقت بعد كده 2 باي تايمز 3 which is equals to 6 باي. يبقى دي نمبر 1 ودي نمبر 2. طب اللي بعديها 3 دول زيد عليهم 1 تبقى كام؟ تبقى 4. يبقى 2 تايمز 4 تايمز باي بقت ايه؟ 8 باي. دي التالتة. طب والرابعة زود على ال 4 1 بقت 5. 5 تايمز 2 باي يعني 10 باي. يبقى آخر واحدة هتبقى ايه؟ 10 باي. واضحة يا ولاد؟
Yes.
اوكي يبقى دول ال 4 باي 6 باي 8 باي and 10 باي. What is the circumference of the circle n in terms of باي؟ خلاص انا باين اهو. تعالوا نكتبهم بقى مع بعض. 4 باي 6 باي 8 باي 10 باي. ها معناها ايه؟ لو دي نمبر 1 ودي نمبر 2 دي نمبر 3 ودي نمبر 4 معناها ايه اللي بيحصل؟ معناها ان دايما لو قلنا دي كده سيركل نمبر 1 سيركل نمبر 2 سيركل نمبر 3 سيركل نمبر 4 ودول اللي تحت دول ايه؟ السيركمفرنس بتاعت كل سيركل. تمام؟ فدول يعتبروا ايه؟ دلوقتي يعتبروا ارثماتيك ايه؟ ارثماتيك سيكونس. الفرق بين كل واحده والثانيه ايه؟ الديفرنس بين كل واحده والثانيه كام؟ 2 باي 2 باي 2 باي. صح؟ هو عايز السيركل نمبر ان يعني عايز الانث تيرم. وضحت؟ السؤال ايه؟ السؤال الصوت دايركت. ايه؟ سوري يا ولاد؟
هو الانث تيرم هيبقى 12.
لا الانث تيرم مش 12. الانث تيرم احنا بنعملها ازاي؟ احنا ما خدناش احنا خدنا مع بعض السيكونسز مش كده ولا ما خدناش؟ خدناهم في الالجبرا. صح؟ كنا بنعمل ايه؟ كنا بنقول بنكتب الديفرنس 2 باي ونحط جنبيها ان. صح؟ وبعدين بعمل ايه؟ برجع 1 ستيب باكورد. طب اللي قبل ال 4 باي كانت هتبقى كام؟ لو كان في واحده قبل ال 4 باي كانت هتبقى كام؟ نعم 2 باي. مش الفرق 2 باي يا ولاد؟ مش الفرق 2 باي بين كل واحده والثانيه؟ الديفرنس 2 باي. يبقى لو في واحده قبليها كان الديفرنس بينها هيبقى 2 باي عشان 2 باي بلس 2 باي تديك 4 باي. فاهمين؟ ها واضحه ولا تاني؟ يبقى 2 باي ان بلس 2 باي. لو خدت ال 2 باي كومن فاكتور يبقى 2 باي ان بلس 1. يبقى ادي الايه؟ ادي الانث سيركل. اي سيركل بقى الان لو سيركل نمبر 10 انت تقدر تحسبها. شيل ال 10 وحط ايه؟ شيل الان وحط 10. سيركل نمبر 100 شيل الان وحط 100. اوكي؟ ماشي؟ وهي واضحه حتى. بصوا لو الان دي ايه ريليشن بين ال1 وال4 وال2 وال6 وال3 وال8 ايه الكومن ريليشن بينهم وبين بعض؟ هتلاقي ان ال1 بلس 1 equals 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 2 plus 1 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 plus 1 4 times 2 equals 8. 4 plus 1 5 times 2 equals 10 اهي. ال n plus 1 times 2. اوكي؟ هي بس احنا جبناها هنا بطريقه الايه؟ السيكونسز مش بالطريقه ايه؟ straight forward like this. واضحه يا ولاد؟ الكويستشن هنا دي مش جيومتري. الحته الاخيره دي مش جيومتري. الحته الاخيره دي ايه؟ دي الجبرا سيكونسز. اوكي؟ طيب انا هوقف كده لان انتوا واضح ان ايه؟ ان انتوا وصلتوا لمرحله الساتوريشن صح؟
نعم
وصلتوا لمرحله الساتوريشن خلاص صح؟
استوينا.
فداخلين على البريك بوينت يعني. صح. معلش بس عشان احنا مش مع بعض من اول السنه فانا بحاول اجري عشان الحق قبل الامتحان. انا عارف ان المواضيع دي المفروض تبقى بالراحه شويه وانا عارف ان في المدرسه ما اتشرحتش بالتفاصيل اللي احنا بنقولها دلوقتي دي بس معلش ملحوقه ان شاء الله. اوكي يا ولاد؟ طب انا عايزكم بس ايه؟ عايزكم تمشوا في الاثنين في الشيت بتاع الكوادراتكس تحلوه تاني مع نفسكم وفي الشيت بتاعنا ده لغايه ما وصلنا هنا تحلوه تاني مع نفسكم. والمره الجايه هنكمل ده. تمام؟ هنكمل السيركمفرنسز هنكمل السيركمفرنس. تمام؟ وهنخش على التقيل بقى. فالمره الجايه تقولوا صحصحين والنبي اللي هي بايثاغورس بقى والحاجات الحلوه اللي ايه اللي في الاخر دي. ايه يا ولاد؟
ماشي.
يعني بصوا الجزء اللي جاي ده اللي هو بايثاغورس ده اللي انا بعمل سكرول عليه ده عايز صحصحه بقى. ماشي؟ فعايزين نيجي مصحصحين المره الجايه. اوكي يا ولاد؟ طيب وجو ثرو ذا اكسرسايزز ولو في اي مشكله ابعتوا لي. واحنا ميعادنا ان شاء الله يوم الاحد مش فاكر الساعه 6 ولا الساعه 7. متهيألي الساعة 7 متهيألي صح؟ هبعت اقول لكم على الجروب. انا بعت على الجروب اصلا اوريدي عند البيرنتس، فخلينا نبقى نشوف كده واقول لكم. بس هي في الغالب يعني يوم الاحد الساعة 7 في الاغلب يعني. اوكي يا ولاد؟ اوكي
ماشي، شكرا.
العفو يا ولاد، العفو، شكرا لكم كلكم. يلا تصبحوا على خير.